Imagine for a second that you live in a world where a game company can charge people $80 for a video game, $450 for a console that is this much better than the previous one, and people are still falling over themselves for a chance to camp overnight and buy one of these things before they're sold out. Well, I'm obviously joking. You didn't think I was serious, did you? Wait, that was supposed to be a joke. We live in that world? Well guys, it's beyond me how we got to this point, but yes. The recent release of the Nintendo Switch 2 and the controversy surrounding the hefty price tag on the games has all but proved my hypothesis that people will literally buy anything. Alright, so while we wait for the Nintendo fanboys to get here, here's my interpretation of how game companies price their games. Hey Brad, $10 says I can hit $80 and he won't even complain about it. Yeah, right. You're on, dude. Alright, watch and learn.
Guys, this is really degrading. I mean, I'll pay anything to see my favorite characters for the 13 billionth time, but you're really getting on my nerves now.
Damn it.
Hey! No moving!
Looks like Chad's lost his touch. Step aside, bud. Let a pro handle this.
Yeah, let's go! $80!
Whatever. Lucky hit.
You guys are really a bunch of jerks. I'm still gonna pay it, but I'm gonna be really, really mad when I do it.
Yeah, alright, save it for Reddit. Okay, jokes aside, we pay $80 for games now. Whatever, no big deal. But at least we own the games, right? Right? So of all the totally absurd things we learned about games this year, one of them has to be the fact that we don't actually own the games we buy. Instead, we supposedly only have a license to play the game. And yes, before you comment, I know this has been a thing, the only change is that they need to put a disclaimer now. Will you please stop fucking up my vibe? So if you have the absolute nerve to be playing a video game in this day and age, let's go step by step on how much you need to pay in order to actually do that. Step 1, let's buy a console. So right out the gate, you're spending like $500 odd, which is obviously not a concern considering we just ooze money out of every orifice on our bodies. Now, the big issue that you're going to be dealing with when it comes to consoles is not even forking over the cash required, it's finding one of them in the first place when it releases. Now, unless you want to fight off gargantuan 400-pound resellers tooth and nail like you're a gladiator in a coliseum, and risk being submerged in one of their many layers of fat, you really only have two options here. Option 1 is waiting all night and pre-ordering when it's up. With all the website crashes and resellers, the chances are you're going to get a nice steamy pile of nothing in your hands to show for it. Now, option 2 is paying 2 to 3 times the retail value of the consoles to a reseller that goes directly into their anime girl figurine and chicken nugget funds for the next couple weeks. That is not a pretty sight. So in other words, if you're a fan, your options are to pay a bunch of money to a greasy reseller or just waiting until they're available in a store. Alright, great, so you waited for a long time and your console finally arrived. Now it's time to play. If you're looking at the top end of games nowadays, that'll set you back $80 at a minimum. More if you want extra in-game currency bundles and other nonsense that they offer. Now, in all fairness, we do have some legitimately good games to look forward to. $80 is nothing to sneeze at, but it's definitely not ridiculous considering what you're getting. Now, keep in mind that everything I've been talking about so far was just to buy the game. Just to have the absolute privilege of having this on your console, which, as we just learned, you don't even own. Anyways, even if you did pay 80 or 90 or what is it now? Like 130? Even after you pay that, you need another $10 a month to pay a monthly subscription fee just to play the game online. Yeah, that's right. To add insult to injury, you can't even play the game online unless you buy a monthly subscription. Whoa, 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 what do you think this was? Some kind of charity? Fucking cheapskates. Now, skins are a great way to allow people to customize their characters however they want while supporting the developers at the same time. But boy, have they taken this concept and absolutely ran with it. Take for example the fact that many games Overwatch will solely prioritize dropping skins over making their game, oh, I don't know, playable? And keep in mind that just for a dumb little recolor, it's like $5.99, and for anything remotely cool, you're gonna be dropping a crisp $20. What the fuck is that?
Hey everyone, look at this broke ass dude. We're gonna call you Cheeks from now on. Ha, 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 ha.
Whoa, whoa, the heck, man? I paid like $80 for this game and $10 just to play online. That was my last $90.
Aw, poor little guy. Are you really getting laughed at?
Those butt cheeks must really be feeling the breeze, huh? Can I get, like, a piece of cloth at least?
You have the $8.99 for that cosmetic item?
No, dude, I wasted my money on this stupid game.
Haha, well, better get used to it then.
Hey cheeks, let's see those jumping jacks. Ha, ha, ha.
Okay, so now for possibly one of the worst inventions to ever come out of modern gaming, and the sole motivator behind this entire video. Battle passes and loot boxes. Now, battle passes are fine, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think Fortnite was the first to really popularize this idea and make it successful, and I really didn't mind it. That was until every multiplayer game to ever come out since then just absolutely needs to have a battle pass. You know what? Whatever. If you think about any of this stuff for too long, you really start to lose it. So we'll give battle passes a pass. But you, loot boxes, are easily the most disgusting, vile, atrocious concept to ever happen to video games, period. Guys, who is the most likely demographic to play video games? Teenagers. That's right. Teenagers are by far the most likely demographic to be playing video games. Now, what happens when you mix an underdeveloped, immature, teenage brain with a video game they play entirely too much of, and then dangle some bullshit skin or cosmetic in front of them, lock it behind a loot box, and then justify it with a bunch of vague, murky odds outlined in terms and conditions in an agreement that might as well have not even been there, considering there's approximately a 0% chance they even read a single word of it? Gambling addicts. Hello? You get gambling addicts. Now, there are games that will let you buy whatever skin you want, with loot boxes as a feature on the side. But other games have an entire in-game economy system where skin prices are determined by the community. In other words, people attach some sort of real-life value to these skins, which enables them to justify spending thousands upon thousands of real-life money in the hope they get the skin. And if, for some odd reason, you can't wrap your head around why loot boxes are so destructive, just imagine that instead of a guy with an underdeveloped brain drooling on his keyboard and smashing a button to open up colorful, flashy mystery boxes in hopes of getting a rare skin, it's a dude in a seedy hotel casino hitting a slot machine for the last 36 hours, cigarette smoke everywhere, and... yeah, I think we'll just leave it there. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for today, but I wanted to hear from you now. Do you think all of these things are somehow justified? What do you think about the price of games nowadays, and is there anything I missed in this video? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.